Ranking the best wide receivers in Madden 23. We are back here with another tier list update. Today we got wide receivers. Now, right before we do go ahead, re-rank the old cards and rank the new cards, I do want to go ahead and shout out the comment of the day. Now, wide receiver is an absolutely loaded position. Like, you can see all the cards we got today, but we need to re-rank the old cards first. There, I don't want to say is a new S tier, but I think we need to like cut some people off of S tier. I think after Christian Kirk, Drake London right there. He's right there for me. I just really wish he got like a 0 AP short in the league or something along those lines. I think Irvin, Hill, Olave, Kirk, all still are great. And I was thinking about maybe dropping down Olave and Kirk, but like Olave, I still think is top in the game. Same thing for Kirk. So we're going to drop from Drake London down, everyone down a single tier. And this is what we're now looking like before we get into the first card. Now, the first card we got, we're going over a slightly older card, but team captains finally got updated. And guess what? They're coming with discount abilities. Now I'm going to go over Keyshawn. I'm going to rank him based off just this card. No theme team boost. I'll let you know how that changes though when we do incorporate theme teams, but 95 speed at 6'4". I think 6'4", best height in the game for a receiver. Great route runnings, but pretty much every receiver at this point in the game has those though, right? Has great run block as well. Not too common for receivers, but the main thing we want to see is the discounted abilities. Short in, short out for 1 AP. That is absolutely amazing. It is, in my opinion, top end in the game. Gets an amazing ability stack. He's more in the top end of A for me. Now we got Mecole Hardman right here. 94 speed, 95 excel. He's 5'10". Really good route runnings, but the name of the game, discounted abilities. Can he get any? He can't. So the stats are good, speed's good, but no discounted abilities compared to everyone else. He's going to have to go F tier. Right after that, we get team builder KJ Hamler. Again, great speed. He's 5'9". Great route runnings once again, but the thing on the card is no discount ability. So for that reason, again, at this point, there's no real point to run him. Gonna put him F tier. Right after that, we get Anquan Boldin. You could potentially get this card for free if you do your solos and the missions along with it. He's 6'1", 95 speed, but gets every single team chem. So potentially on a theme team up to 97 speed, 91 short, 90 medium, 92 deep. And if we look at his discount abilities this time, 0 AP short and elite. I hate Slot-O-Matic. I don't really think it's a good ability. I would only rock short and elite on him. In my opinion, I think he is very, very similar to CeeDee Lamb. So for that reason, I'm going to put them right by each other. Right after that, we get J-Mo, Jamison Williams. He's 6'2", 96 speed, 95 excel. Again, great route runnings across the board, hits 90s for all of them. And for his abilities this time, can get 1 AP short and elite, but he gets built-in mid and elite for 0. I think he is a great budget beast card. I think he is really, really good. When we compare him to, say, Anquan Boldin though, I think he's more like along the lines of like a very like top into B tier card. I think he's really, really good. Now right after that, we got Jahan Dotson, 5'11", playmaker arc, 94 speed, 94 excel. Again, great route runnings, hits 90s across the board, but for his discounted abilities, 0 AP short and elite. He could also get 2 AP route tech, but I don't really think that's great value. So 0 AP short and elite receiver. I think he is a tier worse than CeeDee Lamb and Anquan Boldin. For that reason, I'm going to put him like, again, B tier. I think he's pretty solid, just a little bit slower than like CeeDee and like Anquan Boldin. So he's going to go B for me. And right after that, we get 95 overall Gary Zimmerman. I'm going to rank this card based on my play style, but you can get really nasty with him. He's 6'6". He's a slot arc, 93 speed, 94 excel. Again, great route runnings and an amazing run blocker. And that's where he really shines. If you're running the ball a lot, this is a great receiver for you. But for me, I don't really run the ball a lot, so he's not going to be too good for me. So if we look at his abilities though, deep out elite for 1, honorary lineman for 0. Again, this is a card, if you run the ball, he is a great receiver for you. But for me, grand scheme of the game, he's not really too good. I feel like putting him on the C tier is kind of disrespectful to a lot of these people, but I think overall he's just okay. So I will put him C tier, and it really depends on play style, because for some people he might be like even S tier, because again, he's great at run blocking and you can get really nasty with him. Like I said, in certain schemes he is amazing. After that, we get 3 T Higgins in a row. If you missed Gridiron Guardian Volume 2, some cards got 3 versions of them, and you can see this is the base version right here. No boom, no pow on him. He's 6'4", 93 speed with, again, great route runnings. What are the abilities he can get? 0 AP matchup nightmare. I think he's a way worse version of Drake London. So for me, this card, I think he's going to be like 2 tiers below Drake London. Yeah, I think C. I for sure can't put him above Isaiah Hodgins. His ability, like, he gets 0 AP matchup nightmare, which I like. Yeah, he's gonna be more like top in the C. Now after that, you can see right here, this is the POW version of T Higgins. His archetype changed to slot. He's now 94 speed. And this time, if we look at his discount abilities, he can get short in and short out for 2 AP total. Wish one of these was 0 AP, then he'd be pretty good. I still don't think he's great, but he gets decent abilities this time. I think he's slightly better than Hodgins, so I am gonna go ahead and lean towards the B tier with this T Higgins. And for the last one right here, we have the boom version. This card can boost your entire team. I believe he gives +1 pass block power and finesse. I believe that's what he boosts. I may be wrong on that, but again, he has the same exact stats as the first card we covered. The abilities are slightly different though, and they still kind of suck. So for me, T Higgins, this one's going to be on the same exact tier as the old one. I'm gonna put them right by each other. Right after that, we get Roddy White. Roddy White, 96 speed, 6 foot height. Again, great route runnings, but what are the abilities? So he can potentially get 3 discounted spots, but deep in elite for 1, we can pretty much ignore this. The main thing on this card, in my opinion, is red zone threat for 0. And I don't really even think of him as really a starting wide receiver. This is someone that I think is an S tier wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5, because again, 0 AP red zone threat, you can stash him. I don't think short and elite for 1 AP is great value because again, so many people are getting it for 0. I think he is a good receiver. I don't think he's great. I do not think he's S tier. Yeah, I mean, he can be A tier for sure. Now, everyone for the rest of the video is going to be 97 overalls. Cooper Kupp, 6'2" height, 96 speed, great route runnings once again. And if we look at his abilities this time, can get short and elite for 0, route tech for 1. I'm not saying he has bad speed by any means, but like a lot of people drop him with 97 speed. I think this Cooper Kupp is amazing, and just based on, again, how his 93 played, I think Cooper Kupp is an S tier wide receiver. I don't necessarily think he is the best out of this tier. I would maybe put him above Olave. I think Hill and Irvin are a little bit better. Really depends where you play him though. I think Hill and Irvin better on the outside. Cooper Kupp's ability stack is a great stack for a slot wide receiver. I think MVS is probably the best wide receiver in the game. 6'4". Again, I think that is the best height you can get for a wide receiver. 97 speed, great route runnings across the board. And if we look at his ability stack, he gets my personal favorite of short out elite for 0, route tech for 1. I think that's the best ability stack in the game for a wide receiver. And for me, he is going S tier, and he is the best one we covered so far. He is tippity top in the S tier. Right after that, we got Tribute AJ Green. This is another great wide receiver card. He's 6'4" once again, 96 speed, 97 excel. Great route runnings across the board. And now his abilities. So he can get short in, short out for 1, can get short in, route tech for 1. He's very versatile. He's very versatile in what you want to run on him. I think either one of these combos are great. I think short in and route tech better for the slot, but short in, short out, he's still great as an outside receiver too. There's really nothing this card can't do. In my opinion, he is now the second best wide receiver we covered. I like MVS a little bit more, but AJ Green still tippy top in the best tier for me. And right after that, we get Cole Beasley. I think this is one of the most underrated cards in the game. I know he's 5'8", but he's 96 speed, great route runnings. He's the slot arc once again. And guess what? He can get short out and route tech in total for 1 AP. He's also someone that can get short out, route tech, and guess what? On top of that, short and elite for 2 AP total. Not really too many receivers in the game can get that. And in my opinion, if you're willing to spend 2 AP on receivers right now, that is the best stack in the game. I think MVS with route tech and short out, same thing right here, is the best for only like 1 AP, but if you're willing to spend 2 AP, that is an insane ability stack as well. For me, I don't think he's a top end of S tier player, but I do think his ability stack makes him S tier, one of the best slots in the game. And you're gonna notice a lot of the cards we're gonna cover are gonna be an S tier. If you can convince me like Olave, Kirk, Cole Beasley aren't supposed to be an S tier, please let me know down below in the comments. And now we got D-Hop. D-Hop, 6'1", again, the slot arc, 96 speed, great route runnings. And now for his abilities, guess what? Can get short out and route tech, my favorite ability stack. So far, hits like basically everything I'm looking for. Basically a perfect receiver. Now, something that adds on top of this, can get double me. And I think this is very, very broken. I don't want to give too many ideas out there, but there's another card that gets double me as well. His name's Kyle Pitts. So you could potentially start, okay, let's get a little bit nasty. You could potentially have Quad Father and 2 double me's on offense. The pre-lits are insane. I think they really ruin the game. And I think discount abilities as a whole ruined the game, but that's a conversation for another video. But I love this card. I think D-Hop, once again, you're going to have a tough time convincing me he's not an S tier wide receiver because he is going S tier. And I would place him right here. He'd be my wide receiver 3 right now. And now we got Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman this time, he's 5'10", slot arc, 96 speed, great route runnings. And once again, look at the ability stack. Short and elite for 0, route tech for 1. I mean, he hits everything I'm looking for. And Julian Edelman is another great wide receiver card. He is, for me, he's not top in the best tier. He is bottom in the best tier. Now we got Jay Jettas. They ruined Jay Jetta's card. He is not worth 700K. He is so overpriced, it's not even funny. He's 6'1", 97 speed, great route runnings. But again, every receiver we covered so far basically has these stats. It's all about abilities, man. I think they are very mid. I mean, short and elite, short out elite, route tech, all for 0. That's great. That's great. But for an offensive player of the year card, guess what? In this spot right here, based on how the game's already going, the trending direction of the game, he should have got all these discounts right here as well. If he gets these same discounts in this spot right here and say you're able to get short out, short in for 0 AP, he is an easy #1 redefined S tier player in the game. He can get short in for 1 and like deep in elite, mid in elite. These 2 abilities aren't good. Red zone threat for 1. I mean, okay. Slotomatic, I already told y'all, I do not like Slotomatic. And if we look at his other ability spots, what? Short in, short out for 2 AP, not good value. In my opinion, Jay Jettas is A tier. I don't think he's S tier. People really like the card because of his name. And he did play good. I've played against him. I've used him. He plays good. But non-biasly, you can't tell me he is better than anyone in S tier. You can't do it. Right after that, we get Scary Terry McLaurin. 6 foot height, 97 speed, 97 excel. Great route runnings across the board. And now for his abilities, again, can get route tech and short out elite for 1 AP. Favorite ability stack in the game, can get short in and short out as well for 1 AP. But one of the most underrated things about this card as well, getting max security for 0 AP. He gets a pre-lit X Factor for 0 AP. It's insane. I love this card. In my opinion, he is a top end wide receiver in the game still. I would place him honestly, he might be my wide receiver 2. AJ Green's probably a little bit better, but he's top 3 for me. I have him a little bit over D-Hop. Now we get Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, 6 foot height, 97 speed, 97 excel. Again, great route runnings. And this time for his abilities, he is very similar to Jay Jettas. I think if you want Jay Jettas S tier, guess what? Garrett Wilson should be right next to him because I think they pretty much do the same thing. He just does not get the abilities I'm looking for at this point in the game. Short and elite for 0 is great, but I mean, he's good, right? Like he's really, really good. It's just, he's on the same tier as Jay Jettas for me. Now we get Harold Carmichael. Harold Carmichael is going to be a little bit controversial no matter where I rank him because some people are going to say he's the best wide receiver in the game. Some people are going to even say he's unusable because he runs clunky routes. Now again, he's 6'8". That's the main appeal. I know a lot of people are going to say the only reason people like 6'8" is because of Ags. And by the time I'm done with this card, I'll give you a whole new perspective of why this height is actually really important. For abilities, he can potentially get short out elite for 0, route tech for 1. Gets everything I'm looking for a wide receiver, and he is going to be S tier for me. Now, let's talk about 6'8". Let's talk about him running clunky routes. I get that he may not run the sharpest routes in the game. First off, high balls, even without the Ags, very important for completing passes. I don't know if you guys have had this issue, but a lot of people I know, and me myself, a lot of times with shorter players, you go to high ball things like streaks and giving short out elite. If you see press man, you'll put him on a streak. It'll light up. And say Tyreek Hill, for instance, the short out elite, he'll be wide open. You don't freeform it, you don't nothing. It's just a regular high ball. They get out of reach animations. 6'8" basically says you're not going to get an out of reach animations. And again, I get not running the sharpest of routes of that time, but I feel like it's a give and a take, right? And I feel like receiver is, for the most part in this year, pretty balanced with like short guys and tall guys. I think 6'4" is again like the magic height. And I don't think he's like the best receiver in the game, but I would take him over Tyreek Hill and Michael Irvin and potentially even D-Hop. I really like Scary Terry. And right after that, we get George Pickens, 97 speed, 98 excel, 6'3" height, slot arc. Just like every other receiver, great route running, but he's also great at run blocking too. 99 impact blocking. Are you kidding me? So this card, you'll see the discounts. You'll be like, oh, he only gets short and elite for 0. But keep in mind, he is the slot archetype. So what does that mean? Why is slot arc important? Because in this spot right here, he can get short out elite for 1 AP. So short in, short out for guess what? 1 AP. He is very, very good. I think he's one of the best slot receivers in the game. He is for sure, once again, going S tier for me. I would put him above probably Cooper Kupp right there. I would put him right around there. right below D-Hop, but above Irvin and Tyreek Hill. Now we get DJ Moore, 6-foot height, 96 speed, great route runnings, and for his abilities, 1 AP short in, 1 AP short out, 1 AP route tech's good. You could potentially run short out, short in, and route tech for 3 AP. I don't think the card's bad. It's just his AP value at this point in the game, not really good. So for that reason, DJ Moore for me is going to go ahead and be like A tier. Kind of similar to what I said about Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson. Like, they have the stats, but their AP value, in my opinion, not really the best. Keenan Allen on any 50-50 theme team is an endgame wide receiver, literally perfect. He's 6'2", slot arc, 97 speed, potential to be 99 on any theme team, great route runnings across the board, and for abilities. Can get short in for 0, route tech for 1. But remember what we were talking about Cole Beasley a little bit earlier? He is another receiver that can get short in for 0, route tech for 1, and guess what? Short out elite for 1 AP as well. So if you're willing to spend the 2 AP, he is a absolutely insane wide receiver. For me, he's probably wide receiver 1 right now. I might have lied. He's top 3 for me for sure. And now next up, we do have Julio Jones right here. For some reason, didn't have the card art for him for a little while. But again, this is another amazing receiver. I mean, he's 6'3". He's 97 speed, like a lot of people we covered. I'm basically 100% sure he can get route tech and short out. For that reason, he's very similar to like an MVS. I think MVS is a little bit better still, and probably AJ Green too. I think he's in the argument for a top 3 outside receiver in the game. I know we have a lot of people in S tier. It's hard for me to say any of these people don't deserve it. I think they're all top end receivers in the game, and just based off the abilities they can get, they can all really ball. Maybe potentially after Pickens, we drop everyone down into A and then drop everyone else again. But I don't even really like that, because I think all these people in S tier are top end in the game. They get top end abilities, and really the main reason you would use some receivers over others, I think, is to do with theme teams. Like if you're running Legends theme team, you have like AJ Green, you have Harold Carmichael, you have Michael Irvin, and Julian Edelman as well. But if you're running like, you know, like Chiefs, Eagles, there's a lot of different receivers you can use. So that's also another reason why I'm okay with there being this many cards in S tier. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you think anyone should drop from S? Let me know down below. Now, if you did enjoy this video, you enjoy content like it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date with the best cards in Madden 23. Now, if you want to see me play live, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. We've been grinding the streams over there, so I greatly appreciate that. Now, if you don't feel like heading over to Twitch, but you want another video to watch, check this one out right here. Kyle Pitts is literally unguardable.